Hello everyone, this is Lee from All the Things Stickers. Welcome back to my channel. I have been MIA for probably, 2 weeks I think. I haven't been able to make any plan with me's or really anything because we moved. We have been working on moving for, like I said, about 2 weeks. So we are finally in our new house. And so I figured with all the changes that we've had and upcoming changes that we're going to have, I figured now would be the time to go ahead and get my week planned. The week has already started. Today is Monday. This video will be going up later on this evening, but I just figured I would get it finished because tomorrow I start a new job. And so I wanted to kind of get my week planned today. Starting for the rest of the week. I did not have a chance to do it over the weekend. So I am going to be using my week 2 March kit. I haven't cut it yet, but I am going to be using this week only because it is just so pretty. I love this one. So I really wanted to use it. So I'm going to be using this and then a combination of my other stickers too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And as I'm doing this, let me tell you guys about my wonderful, in a very sarcastic tone, wonderful moving experience that we had, which is part of the reason why I haven't been able to do any planning. We were scheduled to move on Saturday, I think it was I don't even remember which Saturday it was. The last weekend of February. The last Saturday of February. And so I had contacted movers because we knew we weren't going to be able to do it all on our own. We have a lot of stuff and we were moving. It's about an hour and a half away from where we used to live. So we knew we needed movers. We weren't going to try and do this on our own. So I found movers, scheduled them to come out on Saturday. They were supposed to come on Saturday at, I think our original plan was 9 a.m. Well, on Thursday, I received a text message, which should have been my first indication. I received a text message letting me know that they were confirming for Saturday, which was great, but then that there was also going to be a $350 travel fee, which, okay, I totally understand that you needed a travel fee. Excuse me, that wasn't Thursday, that was Friday. So Friday before my move on Saturday. So I understand that there's a travel fee, but that wasn't disclosed to me when I first contacted them and set up this whole, and set everything up. So I was a little annoyed, but I went with it anyway because it was Friday and we were moving on Saturday. So I thought, you know what? I'll just deal with it. We'll just have to work it out. Then I was asked if we could change the moving time from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m., which is also okay because the earlier the better for me, because then we would have gotten everything done and I would have had plenty of time on Saturday to start unpacking and getting everything situated, right? Friday evening, I get another text message, and it's 5 o'clock now on a Friday evening. 5 o'clock on Friday evening. And I get another text message saying, oh, you know what? We need to move our moving time to 11 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. And by this time, I'm super annoyed because I already have changed it now from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. I have my family coming to help as well, by the way. So now I'm changing it from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then now you're changing it to 11 a.m. But it is also now 5 o'clock on Friday night, and we're supposed to be moving Saturday morning. So I figured I don't really have a choice. I guess that's going to have to be okay, right? So I agreed. I agreed to those terms. Well, come Saturday morning, we start getting ready to pack. Well, we've already been packing, but you know, I'm finishing up some of the last minute things, you know, kitchen things and whatnot. And 11 a.m. rolls around and my movers are not at my house. And then I get a text message saying, oh, your driver was not available, so there's going to be a different driver, so they're running a little late. Okay, I understand that. People call in sick. There's not much you can do about it, right? Like, I work. I understand that. I know what it's like. I mean, the communication was appreciated, so that's fine. So they're running a few minutes late. A few minutes late. So I assume a few minutes is like 20 to 30 minutes. They said they would be there within an hour and a half. So now from 11, it is now supposed to be 12:30. Well, at about 12:15, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to be here soon. We've got everything ready. We've moved the boxes and everything so that they can get through. And now we're just waiting. Well, 12:30, my movers are not at my house. 12:45, my movers are not at my house. 1 o'clock, my movers are not at my house. So we call the moving company. Are my movers on their way? Yeah, they should be there shortly. My movers don't show up until 1:25. You have to understand, at that point, with all the things that had happened on Friday, I was pissed. We had been waiting. I had my family there waiting, and we were just stuck. We could not move the things ourselves. We did not have a moving truck. The gentlemen show up to move. Very, very nice gentlemen. They were. I really appreciated that they were sweet, but I was already irritated. I was already upset. It may not have been their fault. It may have been the company's fault. Maybe they were double booked because I had overheard one of them saying that they had already done a move that morning. So I'm assuming that maybe they were double booked. Probably not their fault. So I didn't take it out on them. However, about 90% of the way through, we're almost finished. We've got almost everything out, and the truck is looking pretty full. And I'm thinking, we still have some stuff. Mike, my fiance, does have a gym, a home gym, and we still had most of the gym equipment in the garage still. Was not loaded onto the moving truck. All the furniture had been moved, but the gym equipment hadn't. And that's really important stuff for him. Like, he really, he doesn't go to the gym. He lives at home. He works out at home. So that is super important that stuff got moved. So as they're getting down to the wire, we're thinking maybe it's not going to fit. So then we have to evaluate, okay, maybe some things are not going to fit. So maybe we need to rearrange because the gym stuff is the most important stuff after the furniture. Maybe there's things that we're going to have to leave and come back for later, which is exactly what we had to do. So we got most of the gym equipment, not even all of the gym equipment, but most of the gym equipment got moved, but not everything. So then we get back to our new house, and it's late, it's dark, and they're trying to unload our truck in the dark, mind you. And we realized that there was quite a bit of stuff that actually was left, which I was not too excited about then either. So Mike ended up having to call the moving company and complain. And so we ended up getting a discount on the price of the moving and things like that. But oh my gosh, it was just such a hassle. So then we got all the stuff moved in, but then the next Saturday we still had to rent a truck to go and get the rest of the stuff. This past Saturday, we just had to go and get all the rest of the stuff. We had to rent another truck. So in the end, we spent an enormous amount of money to not even get all of our stuff done. And yeah, it was just not a good experience. So, and the first time that we moved, we used movers and it was great. They were amazing. They did everything that needed to get done. Like there was no complaints at all. But I don't know. I don't know what happened this time. Maybe I just chose the wrong company. And the Friday thing should have been my red flag. It should have been my red flag. I should have said, you know what? Nope. You guys are changing your deal here. I should have just tried to find somebody else. But all in all, as of right now, I think we have everything that we really needed moved. I think I still have just a few things left at the other house. Thankfully, we still have like possession of that house for another couple weeks so I can get in there and get whatever's left. However, I did mention at the beginning that I am starting a new job tomorrow. So in the process of packing and everything else, I also had started applying to jobs here because we moved, like I said, it was so far. So I had also started applying to jobs here, and I found out, I went to an interview on Monday and then found out later on Monday that I was accepted for the position. It is a preschool teacher at an independent preschool, and I'm very, very excited. If any of you know me, you know that I worked with kids before, and I loved working with kids. I probably will never go back to not working with kids because I won't say miserable, but it just wasn't the same. Working with kids is probably like the most fulfilling thing that you can do, at least in my opinion. For me, it's the most fulfilling thing I can do. So having to go back to work, like in a setting, in a work environment, not just working from home, that's what I'm going to do. I want to work with kids. So I'm so excited to be going back to that. However, so between us moving, the kids starting new schools, Mike starting a new job, and now I'm starting a new job, plus I'm going back to school next week, we've got a lot of changes happening. So that's why I've been lagging on my planner. But now you guys are going to kind of see a lot more going on in here because we do have a lot of things happening. What day is it? 7, 8, 9, 10. So the other thing that's going to be happening since I am going back to school is I'm kind of reevaluating my planner because now I'm going to have to add in schoolwork and homework for myself, plus the schoolwork and homework. I always like to write in like what the kids have going on, and since they won't be going, at least Ben won't be going to Assets, like their after school program anymore. He's going to be coming home after school. So I want to write down what he has for homework. They have an agenda, their own little planner agenda. And so I think it would be nice for me to be able to check it and write down what he's got going on, just so that I don't miss anything. Maybe not every single day's homework, but just like if there's anything big, I want to be able to write it in that he's got. If there's like any projects or big assignments due, I want to write that in. And then Connor, the same thing. If there's like something important, I kind of want to write it in. So let's see. And I'm also, so now I'm going to need spaces for their schoolwork plus my own schoolwork. Plus, I think I'm going to be, I might end up changing, don't quote me, but I'm really debating on if I'm going to end up going back to my big planner because I need to add in lesson planning. And I know that there is a teacher layout for Classic, but I just don't know if I'm going to have the space to write what I want to write. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it. If it's not enough space, I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the big, possibly. But I just love my classic. I don't know. If you guys are teachers, if any of you are teachers, let me know if you use a Happy Planner, which size you use. Do you use a classic? Do you use a big? Do you use a mini? Or maybe you keep your lessons plans in something else. I don't know. I'm just debating because I like having everything in one planner. I like having it Frankenplan to have different sections, but I kind of feel like I'm gonna want a place to write down my lesson plans in my planner, but I just don't know if I'm gonna have the room. That's what I'm concerned about, having enough space. So let me know if you do. Let's see. If I do go to the big, I will be switching up. I'm gonna have to switch up all my stickers because right now I don't carry everything in a big size. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Thursday, no. Sunday, yes. So, and then homework. And before, when I was going to school, I was using the dashboard layout, which I really liked because all I needed to do was write in my homework on that side for each day, because I try to break it up kind of daily. Things were due once a week, but I kind of broke up the assignments daily. And so I liked using the dashboard to be able to do that. And then on the other side, I just kept track of any emails or calls that I needed to make for school stuff. So I really liked the dashboard for school. That I wouldn't mind using in a classic, and then I can just Frankenplan that in too into my already very full planner. Plus, I need to keep my track of all of my work stuff for all the Think stickers. So there's just a lot. There's going to be a lot in here. And that's okay. It's just, it is what it is right now. Like I said, we're just entering kind of into a new season and a transition kind of for everyone. But it's going to be so much fun. We love our new house and we've been exploring our new neighborhood, and it is so nice because our old neighborhood, I mentioned it before, I think, it was just a really, really small town. It was very cute, very, very like small, and everybody knew each other, but there just wasn't a whole lot to do. And I feel like now we're in a bigger city, but it's a little bit bigger, but it's next to a big city. So it gives us more to do for sure. Let's put this here. Which is what I like. I kind of wanted us, at first I thought the small city would be nice. I grew up in kind of a small town. It's definitely wouldn't be considered a big city. That's for sure. It grew over the time that I lived there. It grew a lot, and now it might be considered not a big city, but still a much bigger city than it was. But I don't know. I thought having the small town feel would be nice because you kind of get to know people a little bit more and a little bit more intimately. But I realized very quickly, especially on quarantine, you guys, being on quarantine and being in a tiny town was probably the hardest thing because you already didn't have much to do, right? And we were in quarantine, so we were stuck at home, but then it just made everything else that much harder. Like there was no DoorDash, there was no Uber Eats, there was no grocery deliveries. I mean, I got Amazon deliveries, but even that was kind of spotty. So everything kind of was like up in the air. And so while we were stuck at home, which everybody was stuck at home, but we didn't even have like food deliveries or grocery deliveries. So we were like having to travel that 20 minutes to town to get groceries and everything during quarantine. We couldn't even get anything delivered. It was just, it's nice being in a bigger town and not having that concern. That's for sure. I will say that. Oh, I should have done both of those there.